Hi, I'm Tony Constantine, an investment advisor representative with Lifemark Securities Corp. Just as a reminder, the views that I express on these videos are mine and do not necessarily reflect the views of Lifemark Securities Corp. That being said, I received a missive from Bridgewater Associates last week. Bridgewater Associates is one of the most successful hedge fund managers on the planet, by the way. Anyway, Bridgewater discussed the fact that we're going through a paradigm shift, another one. The last one that we went through was in the 1990s, and I read in a trade magazine, I was in a far different trade back then, that the elites in Washington wanted us to change over from being an industrial powerhouse to a service based economy. At the time, I didn't think that was going to work out too well for the long haul. Of course, at the time, I talked to my two brothers. We were in the scrap business, all three of us. And me being the middle brother, I got picked on from above and below. I was told that I was wrong. We were going to go to a service business, okay, or a service based economy. Okay. Uh, Maybe our definitions were different, whatever. But apparently, as I look around today, and we're moving from this service based economy, supposedly, into a new paradigm shift, going away from the. I want to read my notes here because I'm quoting Bridgewater and I want to make sure I get it correct. Uh, the paradigm of globalization, rising trade, and capital liberalization is being replaced by a modern mercantilism. I'm not sure what they mean by modern mercantilism, but whatever. Uh, we're going to be shopkeepers, I guess. I don't know. I guess it seems to mean that, or imply anywhere, we're just going to be buying and selling things that are made everywhere else. I don't know. I don't get it. Uh, but it reminds me of, I believe it was 1997. We had a different administration in the White House, and we were involved in a civil war type thing in Eastern Europe, in Kosovo. And we had been bombing Kosovo, and we had to cease bombing because we ran out of bombs, which I thought was rather strange. But it seems the bombs had one spring that was essential to the working of the bombs, that was made in Switzerland, of all places. And Switzerland decided that they were cutting off our supply of the springs because they were a neutral country and couldn't allow bombing with their parts. Uh, so what struck me was one of the smallest countries in the world was dictating foreign policy to a superpower and got away with it. I didn't think that was acceptable at the time. I still don't think that's acceptable. And that is why I believe that our president is correct when he says we have to reestablish our manufacturing and industrial base, period. We cannot have our foreign policy dictated to us by anybody, especially a little tiny country somewhere. I respect our neutrality, but we have to be able to defend ourselves. There's no question about that. So this new paradigm is going to cause, it's causing disruption in the world, obviously. Our trading partners are complaining. Of course, they complained before when they were trying to take advantage of us by dumping cheap steel and cheap all kinds of products in our nation, and we just kind of rebelled. And they've been still ripping us off ever since, as President Trump has told us. Um, but instead of just saying what we cannot do, President Trump is leading us to what we can do. And he knows that we will make the adjustments necessary. If we have to reestablish manufacturing in this country, well, he's bringing some foreigners in to invest in this country and create jobs and build plants here. He's also getting existing American companies to build plants here. It's what he started doing in his first administration. Unfortunately, that was only 4 years long, and he's continuing that path and seemingly meeting with more success. Hopefully, whoever is elected in 2028 will continue that path because I think it's the right path for our country. People may disagree, and that's okay. They're allowed to disagree. That's what the United States is all about. And don't forget, we are probably the greatest nation in the world today because I don't see people trying to go in the masses that they are to other countries that they're trying to come here. So let's let them be the judge of that, where the best place in the world to be is. I think we're already here. Anyway, remember, just because Washington said something doesn't mean it's going to work. With their globalization efforts, they've even shipped our customer service jobs overseas. Ever try calling customer service for pretty much any company anymore? You don't get a phone answer in the United States. It's all overseas. At least every time I call, I get somebody from overseas that can't speak English well enough to understand me or even explain something to me. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and yes, you will have to readjust your portfolio sometime soon. That should go without saying. In this country, we roll with the punches, don't we? We don't let anything stop us or get between us and our goals. And that's one of the great things about the United States. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, my contact information will be on screen shortly. You can drop me an email, give me a phone call. We can set a time to talk, overcome some of your concerns. In the meantime, come back next week for our next exciting adventure in investing. And between now and then, make every day a great day.